Back to sauteing, and this is something that I really love to do. Wiener Schnitzel from Austria. It can be made with pork, veal, chicken schnitzel, of course, even beef. You have a really wide range of opportunities to prepare something that's simple, nutritious, quick, and flavorful. Here we have a beautiful piece of veal. This is the top sirloin off of a leg. And I'm going to cut it to an escallop or escallopine. And then we're going to pound it out using our mallet again, but this time using the spiked end of the mallet because we want to break the tendons in this piece of veal and make it more tender. And at the same time, as we did with our paillard, expand the size of it. So that first little piece is always the piece that we lose. So I'm going to get a piece that's approximately 6 ounces. Okay, I've started in the back there at an angle to get more surface area. So I'm not pounding it so much. I'm already getting it to a specific thickness, which is going to allow me to pound it without demolishing the meat. You can see that. Just trim up a little the straggly edges. Now we can do this 2 ways. A piece of cling wrap, or a piece of plastic wrap, or what I like to use, because it's a little thicker, is a large food bag. You can see already the indentations that the spiked part of the mallet is leaving in the veal. And in this case, you can be a little more violent with it, but you do want to break down the fiber. Now, Wiener Schnitzel is fairly thin, so we want to get it probably about 1/8 of an inch thick. Now you can see I've slowed down a little bit because I'm getting to that point where I can see that. Beautiful. I like this dish a lot. I was always afraid when I was working at the Clark Cookhouse, I'd get 6 orders of Wiener Schnitzel at once and I'd be deep with problems trying to control 6 saute pans at the same time. Okay, so we have our beautiful Wiener Schnitzel there. So we have our schnitzel pounded out. We're going to bread it. We have flour, breadcrumbs, and this is just the version of breadcrumbs that we brought in the grocery store. Panko could be used as well. And then, of course, our egg wash. Now I'm going to thin out my egg wash a little bit with some water. Because I don't want so much egg on it. If there's too much egg on it, it's going to prohibit it from souffleing. And that's one of the things we want to have happen. We want to have the breading separate a little bit from the veal. And that's the sign of a true, well-prepared Wiener Schnitzel. You can season the egg wash liberally, and therefore we don't have to actually season the schnitzel. Okay? There we go. Get this in the right order here. Flour first, egg second, and then breadcrumbs. In the meantime, I'm going to put some oil in our saute pan. So this I want to use a little more oil for more surface heat. So the more oil that I have, the more surface it's covering. Lifting the schnitzel off of the bottom of the pan. Okay. Now that's heating up. We're going to go ahead. We're going to spritz it with water. A little trick that we learned recently from an Austrian. Spritzing it with water brings a little more moisture to the surface of the meat. And that moisture will steam and help separate the breading from the meat. And as I pointed out earlier, that is the sign of a true schnitzel, when you get that bread crust above the meat. So this will help it create a little more steam and separation. Evenly dusted with flour. This is all-purpose flour. Pat it off, excess flour. Nice. And our egg. Watching our pan. Watching our oil. You can also begin to smell it as it heats up. Whenever I'm starting to saute, I'm going to have it on high heat just so I can accelerate that heating of the oil. And then as I start to add my ingredients to it, whatever they may be, I'll modify that heat. Beautiful. Again, you saw the egg wash didn't really adhere that much because of the water. And that's something very important to remember when you're using egg wash. I can feel the heat coming onto my face. There's always that question, how much can you do ahead? Our chef at the Clark Cookhouse would never, ever let us bread our schnitzel ahead of time. They were always had to be done to order, which was a little bit tricky. When I say that, I mean, these were hours ahead. Can you do several of these at once and have them sit for a few minutes? Certainly. Can you have them sit for half an hour? Probably. Here we go away from us again. Turn the heat down. Maintain that. A little jumping here. You can see it start to souffle there a little bit, right here on the edges. It gets a little white, a little taller, as we talked about. Breadcrumbs getting nice and brown. Bring my drain pan over. Doesn't take very long to cook this. There we go. You notice I use a spoon as a utensil for many different things. It reduces the amount of tools I need around me, gives me more versatility in what I'm doing. You could use a palette knife if you like to as well to turn your things. I just like the spoon. I have much more control. The closer I am to the cooking surface, the better I feel about it. The classic garnish for our Wiener Schnitzel is just going to be lemon and parsley. I hope I've made my Austrian friends proud.